Andy, it's the end of another FA Cup campaign for Bristol City. What was your take on the game against Cardiff last night?
Very disappointing, given that they got themselves back into their tie with a last-ditch goal last week at Ashton Gate, and their tails were up. They had a great result against Preston at the weekend, played some of their best football of the season and scored goals. And I think we expected a little bit more at the new Cardiff City Stadium, but very, very disappointing. But the pitch didn't help, but that's the same for both teams. At the end of the day, Cardiff just carried a far greater goal threat, and although Bristol City had an awful lot of possession, good territory in the second half, pushed Cardiff back, just didn't really create anything in the final third and didn't test David Marshall as often as they should have done. In the end, you could have had no complaints. Cardiff had a better side.
It was a shame, really, because before the match we had the announcement of a new signing, exciting news, a speedy winger, and shame we couldn't then go on and get some better news with the result.
Yeah, I think everyone's been waiting patiently for a signing, and I think the club have successfully played all the speculation down this month, and some people were wondering if anyone at all would come in. So it didn't come as a huge surprise when that was announced yesterday. We know that Gary Johnson has been looking for a winger, and Campbell-Ryce's name has been mentioned previously. And a good signing, I think, 2.5-year deal. The lad hasn't played particularly well this season for Barnsley. He's had a few problems up there. But in the past, when we've seen him play against Bristol City, he's always impressed and been one of Barnsley's better players. And
potential worries for Ivan Sproul. His 100-metre crown could be up for grabs.
Yes, I was saying to Gary last night, we've got enough for a 4x100 relay team now for the next Olympics. We already have Danny Haynes and Ivan, obviously, who's probably the quickest player in the Championship, along with Nicky Maynard. So with Jamal on board, if they can get their baton changing right, and they could be a force. But no one has taken Ivan's crown since he's been at Bristol City, arguably the fastest player in the Championship, but I'm sure Jamal will have something to say about that, and there'll be a challenge coming quite soon.
Is a Jamaica international, Jamal, which is another international in City's ranks, which shows a sign of progress. Does it also mean he's another player who will be going missing from time to time?
He will indeed, yes. I mean, Barnsley have to put up with that. He's very often playing for the Reggae Boys in internationals. Not going to the World Cup though, so maybe that's a good thing for Bristol, in that he'd have a summer coming back to do pre-season training with the other lads at the beginning of July rather than being in South Africa. But yeah, a decent player with good international experience.
City out of the FA Cup now, but a good win against Preston. Can they follow that up and push for those promotion spots in the league?
Well, I guess it reflects the nature of the Championship that Bristol City have been on such an indifferent run in terms of winning games. Only won 2 out of 11, yet they still find themselves only 3 points away from the playoff positions. So yeah, it's all there to play for, with a new signing in and this falling down behind me. So we just say something right.
They will end it there.
Cut.